So one of our own at TYT Network has been banned from Twitter permanently for a tweet that is going to shock you. It's going to shock you because of how benign it is. Like, who cares? This is what gets you permanently banned. This is insane. So I have a theory on why, and we're going to tell you. We're going to bring in the person who got banned. It's Rayyvana, and she had this tweet that Twitter took great umbrage at. Apparently, she tweeted at Ben Shapiro in the middle of a conversation, presumably, and we'll talk to her about it in a second. She said, "There's Nandola 1970 and Ben Shapiro," and then she says, "No fetus is gaining constitutional rights, even when Roe is overturned. You absolute dumb effing bitch." Now that is very mean. There is curses and impoliteness in that tweet. They said it is violating the rules against hateful conduct. You may not promote violence against, threaten, or harass other people on the basis of race, ethnicity, national origin, sexual orientation, gender identity, religious affiliation, age, disability, or serious disease. If the word bitch is the problem, and we don't know, I'm going to bring Rayyvana on in a second. Is that not allowed on Twitter at all? No one can use that word? Or are they worried that Ben Shapiro is a bitch, and so if you call him one, that might create some issues with gender identity? Or, I literally have no earthly idea why Rayyvana was banned. So let's bring her in. Rayyvana, first tell us what was the conversation about? Obviously it was about Roe, but how did it start and how did it get to this point?
Yeah, thanks for bringing me on. Yeah, my free speech was silenced by big tech. The conversation was Ben Shapiro tweeted something along the lines of, "Sorry, the Constitution is happening to you." And I'm at the intersection of being someone who is very passionate about, protecting access to abortion, but also a law student. So I have familiarity with the implications of what's going to happen if Roe is overturned. And I read through portions of the draft, the leaked draft opinion. So, I have sort of an idea of what is going to happen when they do overturn it. But despite Ben being Harvard Law educated, his followers very much do not have an understanding of what is going to happen, because he sent out that tweet and almost all the replies were people saying that no one is losing constitutional rights, that that fetuses are gaining constitutional rights, which that's not happening. No fetus is getting constitutional rights. That when Roe will be overturned, and it hasn't been overturned yet. So I was frustrated because I'm just seeing all these people cheering on people actually losing constitutional rights. So I tweeted that at him and put my phone down. And within 2 minutes, I got an email that said my account was banned forever. And I agree. I think that the only thing that it could be was the word bitch. I had no idea that dumb bitches were a protected class. Apparently so. But if that's true, then I have a bone to pick with Twitter, because people have called me a bitch quite a few times on that app, and they saw no repercussions.
No, that is exactly right. I've seen that word, I don't know, thousands of times on Twitter. So then it must be that it's because it was applied to Ben Shapiro. Is Ben Shapiro a protected class? These are, by the way, we're not kidding around. She's actually banned, and this is actually insane. And we need actual answers. Is everyone who's used the word bitch banned on Twitter? If not, is it because Twitter is worried about Ben Shapiro's feelings, right? Or are they worried he, in fact, actually is a bitch, and hence accusing him of being a bitch is problematic for some reason that we can't discern, right? So now, Rayyvana, you had a previous tweet that also created an issue, and that also had curse words in it. Okay, what was that one about?
Yeah, so the last time I had my Twitter, it was locked. It wasn't banned for permanently. Now this is banned. I can't even open it anymore. But it was limited because I was replying to someone who was being very transphobic and calling, I apologize, what's her name? The swimmer, Leah Thomas, saying nasty things about Leah Thomas. And I don't know what I said, something like Leah Thomas is a woman, and they replied to me and said, "You will never be a woman." I am a cis woman. I am not trans. So I responded, I'm a cis woman, you dumb effing ape or something like that. And then also got limited, which is that person is, I went back and looked at their profile, extraordinarily racist, extremely transphobic. Their account, fine. My God, just the things that they decide to care about it's just nonsense to me. I just don't get it.
I have a new theory, Rayyvana. It's that both tweets have the words dumb effing. And so they might be trying to protect dumb right wingers. That might be a protected class. Like, hey, wait, that's not fair. They are provably less intelligent. They have very low IQ, so they must be protected. So, but that goes to the main question. Has Twitter told you what was the offending part? Hey, in the first tweet when you were suspended and in the second one where you're permanently banned, did Twitter ever say to you, hey, this is the rule you're violating and here's how you violated it. Hey, so heads up, don't do that again.
Yeah, the only thing they said was that I violated their rule against hate speech directed at protected groups of people, but would refuse to tell me what group of people I was being either directing violence towards or harassment towards, or how I did that in any way, shape, or form. Because last time I checked, Ben Shapiro is not a member of any of the protected classes. I mean, he did tweet this week, a tweet that started with "as a gay man." So I mean, maybe he was, maybe it was that sexuality rule. I very highly doubt that, obviously. But yeah, no clarification. I sent multiple appeal requests. I sent a long message about why I need my account to do things for my job, about how I was of course, I mean, it was an inappropriate thing to say, but I was, pretty enraged. Abortion has played a really big role in my life, and it's something I'm extremely passionate about. And seeing it being, overturned in real time is, I feel like it's righteous anger. Yeah. And I mean, I apologize for it being inappropriate, even though, I mean, genuinely, I'm not sorry. I think
no, Kyla, let me just be clear, okay? So Kyla is a TYT contributor on Rebel Headquarters. That's one of our channels. And Rayyvana also is a contributor on RHQ, our channel within the network, okay? So JR has his own show, Watch This. I'm just being clear, and I run the network. And so I need you on Twitter to promote your videos on Rebel Headquarters. So that is a part of your job. Now, you did not, I don't want you to apologize. I want to be clear. I, as your employers, are saying you don't need to apologize at all. I actually think you are correct, okay? So what you said is not at all inappropriate. It's impolite. Is it impolite? Sure, you F and bitch, and it accuses people who are dumb of being dumb, and that's mean. Okay. But it's not inappropriate, and especially on Twitter. On Twitter, it sounds like the most appropriate thing you could do. Okay, yeah. So no, they have to explain to us what is it, and that's so. I mentioned Kyla because I want to open it up to now Kyla and JR, because. Guys, I have a couple of theories I will run by you guys. One theory, number one, is they have to ban conservatives all the time because conservatives say, I'm gonna come and chop your head off, I'm gonna sexually assault you, etc. So they probably have 280 or 2,800 conservatives they've banned because they've actually said things that are deeply violent and threatening, etc. And then now Elon Musk is coming in and they always have political pressure and they're like, well, then you have to ban 2,800 lefties. But they're like, but the lefties didn't do anything wrong. They didn't threaten violence, they didn't say anything wrong. Well, it doesn't matter, you have to just find them and ban them, okay? Oh, that one cursed, good enough. But wait, the other guy said chop the person's head off. She said a mean word. Like those are, so honestly, other than that, I can't find a reason why this would be banned. Kyla, is this a tweet that you would have never seen on Twitter before that is somehow offensive in ways I can't imagine?
It's really ridiculous because I was just scrolling down and so many people have referred to Ben as a little bitch. So like I was actually really surprised, and I agree, like to hell with respectability politics. Like Twitter is not meant to be polite. But I'm pretty sure Ben probably like emailed them and was like, only my wife can call me a bitch, so like ban this woman. So, that's my views on it. Clearly we have a censorship problem, but not for the right reasons.
Yeah, and JR, that goes to theory number 2, which is not just Ben, but my guess is conservatives on a lot of left-wing tweets are like, oh, that hurt my feelings. And you know what? Feelings don't care about facts. I'm all in my feelings. It should be bad, it should be bad. She said something mean, it should be bad. Remember, we're for free speech. Well, okay, look, there's a couple of things here. We've hurt your feelings, right wing. I've said a lot of mean things about you. Rayyvana did this outrageous tweet calling you unintelligent. Okay, and I know the right wing thinks the word bitch should be banned. I know the right wing thinks that, right? So my question to you guys is, to the right wing, do you actually believe in free speech? Or are you gonna do one of these cutesy things like, well, I mean, you guys started banning people, so who cares? We're banning you, I don't care. I don't care about principles. I never meant free speech. No, she should be banned because we don't like her. She's been mean to us and we caught feelings. And JR, to Kyla's point, that's the second theory, that right wingers are super sensitive and they're like, she hurt my feelings, I'm reporting her. And Twitter goes, oh, 17 right wingers got their feelings hurt. Who cares?
Yeah, well,
left wing has no power, let's just ban them.
It's from top to bottom when it comes to trying to talk about evening playing fields and what about this and that, especially when it comes to actual people whose rights, or at least, or those of the protected classes. The reasons why Twitter have these types of rules is they want to flip the script. We're seeing this across the board. We're seeing it when it comes to voting rights. White folks, and actually the folks that have always been in control of our systems are the ones that are being attacked. Police officers, after they do something, after people come from them, they're the ones being attacked. It's always the group that is usually doing those things that now there's been enough of this narrative that's getting pushed over and over and over and over again that many of these groups like, well, let's make everyone happy. We got to even this playing field a little bit. And as these white folks who complain about their birth rates dropping because there's too many minorities coming across the border, there's too many minorities having babies here, we have to up ours. And so it has to happen like artificially because there's no real problem behind any of this. Ben Shapiro's feelings were not hurt. No. He probably never even saw that tweet. And if he did, or if some producer or whoever on the show did, they're like, oh, here's an opportunity for us to test and see if we can go ahead and begin to do these things. Now, I don't believe that there's an Elon Musk angle because he's not controlling anything. This is like barely happening with his process. So I'm sure this could be written off by many people who support Ben as, well, this is now Elon putting in work and evening this whole playing field out. You don't like that we were getting banned for saying things? Now look now you're feeling the same problem now. That is what's happening, at least I believe here. And there's always been these arbitrary rules from Instagram to, I think, Facebook. I avoid Facebook like the plague. And then also in Twitter, in this particular point, they wanna make sure that it looks like something is being done so that more people are happy. And it has to be arbitrarily sometimes.
Yeah, so the thing about Elon, by the way, is that no, he doesn't control Twitter yet. That hasn't even happened, right? So we care about facts. But there could be executives at Twitter who are like, we better even things out before Elon comes, because then we will be looked upon with great favor. Now, even that's a little conspiratorial, and I don't know that that's what happened here. But the good news is that's why we're asking, okay? Twitter, you could encourage speculation and by not answering, and then we're assuming that your new policy is if anyone hurts the feelings of right wingers, they get banned. And you're for free speech.
Do they ever answer though? Even when conservatives say I'm getting shadow banned, when Trump got kicked off, when the misinformation wave of folks got kicked off over COVID and things like that, or election security, all that stuff. I don't know if these sites and apps actually give a specific answer. I've never seen it.
They do it at least in categories, right? And most of the time it'll be obvious. They'll say, hey, you're spreading misinformation, and it'll be like, hey, COVID is no big deal. It actually gives you $20. You're like, wait, how does COVID give you $20? That's not true, okay? Or like, hey, you're going against a protected class. And by the way, this is important, guys. The left wing is not a protected class. So you can say any of those things you want about me for sure, okay? But if you attack someone based on their race, ethnicity, sexual orientation, etc., that's a protected class for people who have suffered discrimination in the country. But the left wing's not a protected class and the right wing's not a protected class. Those are ideas. Okay, and so by the way, attacking religions is is perfectly fine. The idea and the philosophy behind religions, attacking someone because they're a certain religion is not fine. So if you said, hey, Judaism is wrong, you shouldn't be banned for that. If you said, hey, Ben Shapiro is blah, blah, blah because he's Jewish, no, that is wrong, right? But obviously that's not the case here. And so I wanna make sure that we're clear on that. But Rayyvana, last word to you. So since in this case, it's not at all clear to JR's point about, hey, why did they do this? Don't they owe you an explanation? Do you know what happens next? Or are you just like, you just have to be powerful or have Ted Cruz do a committee hearing to resolve this? Or if you're left wing or you don't have enough power, do these big tech people just go, that's it, you're banned and we don't have to answer you?
Yeah, I've set like 2 or 3 appeal requests so far, and it's just been the same automated message every time. So I've not gotten any more answers. I'm hoping that after this, I will get some answers at the very least. But I will just say, I have had people send me pictures of dead bodies and write "you're next" on Twitter. I have had people send me unsolicited nude pictures and reported them, and Twitter said that was fine. I've had people threaten to rape me, kill me, threaten to bomb my mom's house, and reported all those things. And Twitter said that they found nothing wrong with those tweets. So I mean, if you're gonna start, enforcing your TOS against people who say mean words, I would just hope to God that you also start applying it to people who are actually threatening people. And I mean, there's accounts that their ats on Twitter are slurs. They're just, it's slur and hater. I saw one today that was T slur against transgender people, hater. That was their name, and Twitter was fine with that. And people were reporting it and getting that same message. We found nothing wrong with this account. I mean, it's just ridiculous, and I would just like some level of transparency.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And last thing, guys, it goes to the right wing. Look, we make fun of you guys, you make fun of us, but when it comes to freedom of speech issues, we have defended Ben Shapiro, Charlie Kirk, Ann Coulter, you name it, all their right to speak at college campuses. I've defended Megyn Kelly, even Rush Limbaugh, Glenn Beck from getting kicked off the air because I said, look, their ideas are abhorrent, but you should have conversations about that and not kick them off the air. So does the right wing have any principles at all? Do they? Because if you did, you'd look at this and go, yeah, that's egregious. This is exactly what we're talking about. Twitter is banning her for freedom of speech. That was free speech. There was nothing wrong with it at all. And you should come and ask for accountability, partly out of self-interest because you could be next. But even if you thought, oh, they're targeting left-wingers, if you actually believe in free speech, it shouldn't matter who they're targeting. But if you don't and you say, oh yeah, ha ha, we're gonna ban all of you. Well, yeah, that would explain it because we think you're authoritarian and you don't really mean any of your principles. I'd love it if you proved us wrong. I'd love it if you proved us right. So have at it, Oz, either way. But Twitter owes people an answer. This is absolutely outrageous. And at this point, it appears to be discrimination against the left for no apparent reason. Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.